Okay, so I thought I'd come out today and just come out in the yard, look at the pond back here in the back. And this is where a lot of the rainwater runs off to. It's a deep spot. It goes pretty far on down into there. And there's a lot of trash down there, but that's not my trash. Okay. And just for those of you who are so worried about the yard, and I picked up all of the trash in the yard out here. That's the building that I live in. It's a fourplex. This is a community yard. Everybody uses it. This is really the first time I've been out here in the back this year. So, that window right there, that's my window. I live on the N apartment. This is a fourplex, 2-story, 2-bedroom, right? Okay, community yard. That's how trash gets left out. It's a community yard. It's not fenced off. Anybody can come in here and leave their trash here for somebody else to pick up, which I did. See that bag? That's the trash I picked up. So, reason I'm making this video today is because some of you seem to think that I made my channel for you. I didn't make my channel for you. I made my channel for me. Go read my community page, see what my channel is about. It specifically states I don't want drama. So don't bring drama to my channel. If you bring drama to my channel, I will block you. I will delete your comments. I'm not about the drama. So don't bring me drama, okay? Please. I live pretty humbly. You know, it's not... I don't live any extravagant life. I don't have anybody to answer to. None of you pay my bills. So I'm sharing this because I feel like sharing this, not because I have to. Okay, so you see any bottles laying out there? No. I cleaned up all the trash in the yard. The landlord hasn't gotten around to getting the groundskeeper out here to do his job yet. As you can see, the grass has grown up a little bit. I'm sure he'll be out to cut it in the next little bit. It's been raining almost every day for a couple of weeks, so I can imagine how that would stifle the maintenance. So as you can see, it's not a Section 8. It's just a privately owned property. And we have neighbors that come and sit and visit and sit on the wall. This particular fella is deaf. And when he sees me, I'll say hello, because he'll have to look at me. And I just said hello with sign language. So, okay, so that's my van right there. So for those of you who just seem to think I need to answer to you, I don't need to answer to you. I don't have anything to answer for to you. You don't pay my bills. I paid my taxes to receive the amount of money that I receive. And yeah, so I got nothing to prove to you, nothing to answer to you for. Today's cleanup day. I just changed the water in this tank. This is the crayfish tank. The easiest one to do because I can just dump the water in the sink from here when I siphon it out. And he has to have oxygen because, in case people didn't know about it, crayfish will drown without oxygen. So if they can't reach the surface of the water, a bubbler is recommended. And he's under there somewhere, hiding under his log. I can make him come out, though. He's a vanilla. He's not just a normal pond crayfish. He is a vanilla. There he is. Pretty little thing. Very quiet, very shy. He minds his own business. Right? He minds his own business. Isn't that lovely? If people could take a... Sorry about the problem here. I got to put the lid back on. But if people could take lessons from animals, animals have a lot of lessons to teach. I'm going to put this down a second so I can put the log back down without smushing him. And get him back under his little hiding place there. Get him to move. They don't like light that much. But I do put the light on in the daytime for him and turn it off at night, and that's usually when he eats, is at night. Okay, so that's back in place. All right. So, swipe right for external mic, really? Okay. So, yeah, that tank right there is being recycled. It's empty right now. That filter is in there for beneficial bacteria because I had to change the filter out, the media out of the filter, and I just put the old filter down in the water to maintain beneficial bacteria. And there's a sponge filter back there that's not running right now, but it's in there to maintain the beneficial bacteria. And the reason it's not running right now is because this little tank right here is my hatchlings from my Corydoras, little tiny babies. And I had to put a small bubbler in here for them. So they're in there. They're growing. Yep, that's them. Then, the 40 breeder is still the 40 breeder. It has two types of tetras and mollies in their fry. The fry that have survived, and there's quite a few, as you can see. Some of those are being donated to the mental health center that has a tank with not enough fish. So I told them I would bring them 3 little boys of the lyre-tail mollies in the next month or so. So I'll be taking a few of those out, and that's them. Right, so on to the next part. Let me close this. I had to take one of these fish yesterday. Every 2 weeks I have to take her out. She gets, see if I can find her. She gets not bloated, she's that dark one right there. She gets swim bladder problems, and I'm not sure why, but it happens often. So I have to take her out, put her in her own container that's shallow so she's not swimming upside down, and keep her in there for 24 hours and give her a blanched pea. After she eats that blanched pea, green pea, she evacuates and she goes back to normal, and then I can put her back in the tank. So, cichlids, they always want to hide when I bring in the camera. That's the girl. That's their cave. That's where they lay their eggs when they spawn. And he went and hid behind the log. And there, if I can get Mikey to come out. There's my Jack Dempsey. He's grown exponentially since I got him. And he loves his little cave that I set up for him. I can get him to come up and eat out of my fingers. I feed them tilapia, bloodworms, flakes, and I've also got 3 clown loach in there, but they're usually always hiding until I put food in, and they're very active. And they're called clown loach for a reason. They're little characters. So that's the 55, and I'm planning on replacing this with a 75. This is an older tank that I bought used, and I'm afraid it's going to blow out. The top center support in the middle is cracked, and when I add water to it, it just separates. So yeah, it's time to change it out, and not that I'll get rid of it, but I might put the crayfish in there and get them some company because it's big enough for more than one, and then just keep it more shallow. Yeah, so that's that. Now, I'm not going to show you my bathroom. Nobody wants to see anybody's bathroom. All right. So the 20-gallon has the parent Corydoras from the babies downstairs. The females are larger than the males. They're bottom feeders, and they'll eat anything you feed them, bloodworms, brine shrimp, the whole 9 yards. I also have a little girl cichlid in here. She's a firemouth, and she's about doubled in size since I got her, and I can't ever get her to come out. I might be able to get her to come out. Let me drop some flakes in here and get some activity. I'll share that with you. So the only tank that I have that doesn't require a heater is the crayfish tank. Um, and it's also the easiest to clean because of where it is. But I don't have to heat the water, and um, yeah, these guys need heated water. Let's see if I can get her to come out for some plates. There she is. There she is. She's a little cichlid. She's a juvenile. When she sees that food floating around, she'll come out. But she's camera shy. But she's a cutie pie. She watches me all the time. She's in my bedroom, so I see her more often than the other fish. And she sees me more often than the other fish see me, because this is where I am set up to do most of the things that I do, as far as being on the internet, watching movies and things like that. But this is my bedroom tank. I really don't have my house set up right now the way I'd like, because my things are in storage and I haven't gone to get them yet. I wanted to make sure I was actually going to be staying put, and it looks like I am. So after my lease signing, my new lease signing coming up the 1st of April, I will probably take a trip and go get some things from storage and bring them back down here. Now the Corey's got pretty active since the food was in there. There's 5 of them. The babies downstairs there's 10 of them. The 10 babies survived out of the eggs that I pulled from this tank when they spawned. I never actually did that before. It was my first time, so 50% survival rate was pretty good for the first time. There's a whole lot of special things you need to do in regards to hatching eggs when you harvest them from the tank. So I was totally unprepared and did it on the fly, but I got 10 survivors out of it, which means I don't have to go buy more Corys. I have some growing out downstairs. Aw, isn't she a pretty little thing? She's still hiding. She's camera shy. And there, of course, is my cat, Cookie. There's my cat. She's a beauty. I raised her from a baby. Found her, she was 2 weeks old. I've told this story before, but she's one blue eye, one green eye. She doesn't bother the fish, but she loves to sit there and watch them. So that's what I thought I'd share with you today. I just wanted to let everybody know that, if you don't understand what my channel is about, I suggest that you go read the community tab, because it basically tells you, again, I'll remind you that I didn't make my channel for you. I made it for me. My content is my content. What I put on there, I put what I want on there. I say what I want to say on there. If you're not familiar with what freedom of speech means, it doesn't mean that you can just go about bashing, threatening, harassing your neighbors. And I consider myself neighbors on YouTube with other YouTube channels. I do go to a lot of channels that sort of stuff doesn't happen. And I actually spend more time there than I spend with other channels. But when you see somebody being abused in a chat, and you have an element of humanity about you, and you think that you deserve respect, then you should step up for them and stand up with them. And everybody should have the respect that they deserve. If you don't do that, you're just wasted human flesh, in my opinion. If you came onto YouTube just to bash people, you should put that on your community tab, that that's all you're there for, and then they'll know not to come see you, watch your content. So like I said, if you bring drama to my channel, I have every right to block you, whether you like it or not, because it's not here for you, right? So if you want to get mad about it, take a check on yourself and to see what your behavior is that caused that to happen. If it happened to you, then you know you did something to bring it about. And I don't owe you an explanation for that. But when I see you in live streams talking poorly about either myself or other people, I decide if I want you around me or not. And if that means blocking you from my channel, I have a right to do that, and you don't have a right to question it. If you want drama, take it to your own channel. That's all I have to say about that. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate all of you. Much love to everyone. Be safe, be well, be blessed, and please be kind to one another, because that's the intention of our Creator for us to learn to do. Have a beautiful day.